3, 2, 1. Good. Take that, air between my hands.
Fuck them.
That's what it gets for being full of choking dust.
And no whistling.
Hey, don't ruin it. And that all means, hello and welcome, fellow compeers. It's yet another episode of A Star to Steer Her By.
That was actually, I like the warble at the end. I feel like if you put your mind to it, you could do decent bird calls.
I pretend to do, I make up a lot of bird calls that don't really exist.
Oh, man.
But yes, if you heard all that amazing whistling, then you know that we are on an episode of Discovery now. On our episode number 432.
Woo!
Ooh. And after all of that, you know that I am Ames.
And I am...
If you actually whistled there, Jake, like, Zoom cut it out entirely.
Zoom cut it out, but since Jake is in the room next to me, I could hear it through the walls.
Delightful.
Oh, no.
So at the very least, it's on
Why did Zoom hate my whistling?
It's on the recording, and the audience is just confounded by this. But that's what I do. I confound. I am Chris.
True, you are. And that is all you can do. Meanwhile, we're talking about the Discovery episode Whistlespeak here in the middle of season 5. So we're getting closer and closer to the end of Discovery here. Let me tell y'all about Whistlespeak. So it's been 2 days, and we haven't figured out the vial of water clue yet in this 1,000-year-old puzzle. And boo freaking who. It's the end of the world. So Kovich, that prick, he shows up to give Michael some information that he forgot to share in the first episode or something. And he lets us know who all the other scientists who were helping Valek. You know, that Romulan whack job that we well heard about in the whole scavenger hunt of it all.
That was redundant. You can just say Romulan.
Wily-ass Romulan. And since there's this Denobulan on the list, Hitoroshi Creel, we decide that this must be his part of the puzzle, because each scientist gets a scavenger hunt part. Let's go to this planet that Creel put a water tower on. So Michael nerds out about xenoanthropology for a little while and teaches us all about the Helemnites, who live on this dust planet, and she and Tilly go down there to go find the next clue. Turns out, they want to go in the water tower, and the only way in is by winning the Journey of the Mother Compeer, which is a race to the water, a race to some ceremonial race thing, because the tower is basically a holy site, and if you win the race, there's a ceremonial rain dance ritual thing. And like a true Starfleet officer, Michael doesn't bother asking at all what the ritual part is before volunteering to go do it. Good work, Michael. And of course, anyone could have guessed this, but it ends up that it's a race to the death. Shocking. And the winner gets sacrificed to the rain gods. Whoops. And guess who wins? Not Michael. Shocking. Holy shit. It's Tilly and our new friend Rava. They end up winning the race, so they're going to get suffocated to death, as one does. So Michael, also like a true Starfleet officer, she decides if you're going to break the Prime Directive, you go for fucking broke. So she beams in front of Ovaz, Rava's dad, and convinces him not to let the two of them die, whilst also exposing the fact that their towers are advanced technology. They're not alone in the universe. And here, let me do a Picard maneuver and show you your planet as well.
Damn it, I wanted to say that.
Ha-ha! But yeah, I'm like, Jesus Christ, Michael, baby steps, one thing at a time.
Nope,
all at once today.
Red Directive.
We're changing your society right now. Get it. Strap in. But hooray, this means that the day is saved, and Tilly determines that their princess is in another water tower. And then are on our way to another adventure. I'm sure something happened on the ship too, but we'll get to that later. So we all get to say the catchphrase, let's get to solving it. The end.
So I don't remember if this actually made the episode or not because I haven't edited it yet. But you had mentioned after, or possibly during last week, that this was like the lowest rated episode of the season on IMDb. And I always take,
yes, it is.
Yeah, and I always take IMDb ratings with like a boulder of fucking salt because the IMDb, first of all, is flooded with the kind of people who just knee-jerk hate Discovery because black people,
and also who go specifically to IMDb to rate it.
Yeah, and also like IMDb for some reason, I don't know if they still do this, but I know for the longest time, infamously, like randomly decide some people's votes count more than others, so it's not a true average. They have like super users. So like, and how they are determined and who has that status is not clear. So like IMDb ratings are incredibly untrustworthy, except here because oh my god, this was dog shit.
Oh, you hated it. See, there were parts of it I almost liked.
There were, I mean, bits and bobs, but
I liked the whistling, and then I was very angry that the whistling didn't come back.
They didn't do the fucking whistling. It's like they tacked it on at the end.
Yeah, it didn't fucking matter. It wasn't like it served no fucking purpose. No, this like
but
I remember
the title of the episode.
I remember you said how bad this was. Like, I wonder which one this is. And then we got to the dust planet. I was like, oh fuck me, it's this one.
See, this is another one that this is one that I remembered because I think there's a lot going on and also very little going on, but it's all fairly clear stuff because it's a lot. It's basically, it's very much Who Watches the Watchers again.
With a little bit of Baal thrown in, or Val, or the big fucking dragon head.
Yeah, the apple.
The apple. Yeah, a little bit
this
of
one
that.
is silly. I don't know.
So, it just really, like, the whole time, it was even worse this time. Like, it's so tedious and pointless. And, like, I mean, I know that a lot of, like, with a lot of television, not just Star Trek and not just Discovery, but, like, sometimes you're like, well, you know, it just worked out this way because otherwise we wouldn't have a story. But, like, motherfucker, beam down to the entrance at night when no one is around and break in.
Like,
you
what's
don't have
stopping
to take
them from getting into the water tower some other fucking way?
Yeah, like, just, and like, again, that's always a thing. Like, you know, they forgot they had shuttlecraft in that one episode of TOS, for Christ's sake. So, like, whatever. But sometimes it's just so glaringly obvious that it's frustrating. And this is one of those times. And I don't know, maybe this is just a personal thing also, but like watching a bunch of actors pretending to die of thirst for like 20 minutes, it just really starts to grate after a while. Maybe that's just a me thing.
I think, see, here's the thing with the watching them slowly dehydrate themselves to death is that it was never very clear what was like the stakes, like what were the rules of this. It looked like a very enjoyable romp. It's like you couldn't really tell, like, oh, they're thirsty. Yeah. But you can't tell that they're that thirsty.
Yeah.
And you also can't tell how long it has taken. Like, literally at the last stage where it's like, we're going to hand you the bowl of water and you have to complete the rest. Both times I watched this episode, I thought this. We're going to have to complete the rest. Like, you're going to have to go all the way to the end of the shrine and go to the altar and place the thing. But no, you had to walk 10 feet.
Yeah.
The last bit was 10 feet. It didn't look that fucking hard.
No.
See, here's the thing that I connect with this episode that has nothing to do with this episode, but it's going to be more fun to talk about.
Fair.
And that's that I've been spending the last couple days just because I find it fucking fascinating, rewatching a bunch of documentaries about the Barkley Marathons. And let me tell you about the Barkley Marathons, because I think you would especially like some of these documentaries, Chris. They're very well done. I'm definitely going to share at least one of them up on the Facebook, because they're fascinating. And the Barkley Marathon is an annual marathon in somewhere Tennessee. That's an ultra marathon. It's over 100 miles long.
Jesus Christmas.
And you have to complete it within 60 hours. So
that's
you're
2.5 days?
Yeah, you're basically going for several days straight. And it's fucking like it's the most difficult thing I've ever watched someone try to do. And it's, you know, it's in the dark, it's in the mountains. By the end, like if you do the math, you've basically scaled Mount Everest twice.
Jesus.
Because of all of the climbing you have to do. And the guy behind it, Lazarus Lake, is a madman.
No, I'm sorry. Is that his actual name, or did he change his name?
No, sadly that's not his actual name. That's the name he goes by for this insane marathon.
Okay, sorry. Go on. I interrupted, but I could not let that name fly.
But he is like a character and a half because he looks like just this old, begrizzled, like Tennessee man who used to be like really into ultra marathons and decided to create one himself in the Tennessee woods. And he like does like a special invite thing where he only brings like 40 people in a year. And in 35 or however many years it's been going on, there's only been 20 people total who finished the thing.
Jeez.
2 years ago, the first woman actually finished.
Yeah, good for her.
And it's fucking amazing. And just watching these documentaries is so much more interesting than this episode. And I kind of wanted to see those kind of stakes when Michael and Tilly were running, because I couldn't tell that they were tired, that they were struggling, that they'd been like just kind of clawing through brambles or wading in streams. But no, it looks like they were just running, going a casual romp on a trail.
Yeah, yeah. Now, has anyone ever done the Barkley Marathon in full Dwight Schultz cosplay?
Why?
Reg Barkley.
Lieutenant Barkley.
Oh, Dwight Schultz. Okay, no, it's not spelled that way.
You've forgotten that this is a Star Trek podcast.
Yeah, no, you said Barkley Marathon, and just my mental image was just a shitload of Reg Barkleys running together. I was like,
no, he'd give up in hour one.
Oh yeah.
I think we should start a competing Barkley Marathon, but it's only 100 yards, and you have to be dressed as Lieutenant Barkley.
Or you just sit around and watch all the Barkley episodes of TNG and Voyager in a row.
Yeah, that would be a Barkley Marathon.
How thirsty would you get?
Would you put First Contact in there or just TV?
You can throw First Contact, TNG, and Voyager in there.
Okay, cool. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that sounds crazy. Lazarus, what was it, Lazarus Lake?
Yeah.
What a delightful name.
Does he have a special beard from which he can drink soup?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Good.
You watched this documentary with me, I think, a couple years ago, Jake. And
I did. It was very long.
I am.
It is long. It's not as long as the marathon.
It makes me think of like my image is there's one in the Jim Carrey Grinch. There's a who has a very long beard that he hides like a flask of alcohol behind.
Oh no!
So I'm imagining this guy just pulling a flask out from behind his beard and taking a big slug of it.
He might. I wouldn't put it past him. If you've got like an hour and a half to spare, like the first documentary is very good and it's also very well put together.
What are they on?
YouTube.
The internet.
Oh, even better.
So I did want to talk a little bit about the episode if I can.
Why?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, just a bit. I don't know. Don't want to interrupt the other conversations, but yeah, there was a Star Trek.
Yeah.
I think it was a Star Trek. I don't know.
It was.
Ish. Yeah, so I actually think that the concept of the episode is pretty Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
The Prime Directive debate or the religion debate?
Well, just like we have to go to a primitive world and blend in and do a thing to help them. That's classic Trek.
Yeah.
I got nothing against that. I think that's fine. Where I think the episode doesn't work is, well, something that took me the fuck out. Partway through this thirst race, Burnham notices that some of the moss is yellow.
Oh, the moss, yes.
And she's like, yellow moss. You know what that means? Radiation. So that means I got and I'm like, you're on an alien planet.
Yeah, you know what that means?
You don't know that yellow moss means radiation. Yellow moss could mean a dog pissed on it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or it's a certain season. Like, you don't know. Any type of plant looks different from other fucking plants.
If she went to Vermont in September and looked at the trees, she'd be like, oh my God, the trees are all yellow and red. Radiation!
So happens you grow up on a desert planet.
So she jumps to this wild conclusion that is a trail of radiation that will lead us, trail of radiation? Okay, whatever.
Why doesn't she use her eyeball thing? I did like that they had the eyeball.
The eyeball things are pretty cool. We've never seen them before.
And we never will again, I'm sure.
And we never will again. But I also like her thought process. Like, okay, Michael Burnham, who is a well-known runner. We've seen her run.
That's true.
A lot.
Oh yeah, she did the dagger hands.
She has the knife hands very fast. And we've seen Tilly run too. They used to run together back in season 1.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking Tilly, who's more of like the science and engineering type, would probably be the better fit to go deal with the alien technology.
Oh no, but Michael has to be the one that saves him at the end.
But also they need Tilly to stay behind and have her emotional crisis about am I a bad teacher by being a terrible teacher.
Yeah, that's true.
In what way did you think she was a terrible teacher?
I mean, she just like was clearly not like she got way too attached to what's their name?
Rava.
What? Sorry?
Rava,
thank you. And like, I just feel like a lot of her decisions were based more on I want to impress this kid than I'm having adult thoughts.
And
that all felt kind of shoehorned, like Tilly's sudden crisis, which like I feel like deserved better treatment.
I couldn't really figure out why Tilly was the one we picked to go on this mission out of everybody.
Yeah, Michael hadn't
and
hung in a while.
I realized the answer is because there's nobody left. Because Saru is gone.
Yeah.
Most of our other bridge-named characters are gone.
Yeah.
Book is having an existential crisis. Culber's having an existential crisis.
Stamets just doesn't care.
Stamets exists.
Poor Reese was off in a corner going, they said my first name a few weeks ago. Maybe I'll get to go on and nope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they gave Tilly something to do that was different than a normal Tilly
Why not
thing,
bring Rayner?
He's got to be on the bridge, and
you can't have Burnham and Rayner.
He has to. He has to encourage Blue. No, that's their real name.
Adira.
Thank you, Christ. What does it mean today in names? Adira, in a weirdly avuncular way.
Wait, Adira's real name is Blue.
Blue Del Barrio.
Is in like giver of clues.
It's without an Blue without an E. I also don't know if I'm pronouncing it right because I have never actually heard it. Well, no, I heard it said during like a special years ago, and I do not remember if it is actually pronounced Blue or something else. So I
check
apologize.
Before this goes live, and you can cut this.
Are Bluey and Blue related?
No, Bluey is an Australian cattle dog.
So yes, perhaps we don't know. We don't know what breed Blue is.
It never occurred to me.
Hound.
Yeah, it never occurred to me. I wonder if Bluey is in part like, hey, let's make another blue dog.
People like blue dogs.
Yeah, what a weird tangent. Anyway.
Yeah, you know what else people like is ancient machines. But here's the thing, and here's something I also really liked, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I did sleep through part of this episode. But from what I gathered while I was conscious, the towers, there are many towers.
There were 5 towers. All
except for this one have since broken down.
Shit the bed.
Yes. And that's why only this one area of the planet is still
has a forest. Yes, I understand. But the towers aren't like they're ancient from these people's perspective, but they're actually they're like 24th century towers or 25th century towers. Yep. Which I actually think is the most fascinating thing that they did in this episode, and the most fascinating thing that they've done on Discovery since Coming to the Future, because it's a thing that would happen if you time traveled 900 years, because things that are still in your future are now the ancient past of the people in the present.
Oh, that is cool.
And it's interesting because it's like, okay, well, what did this planet look like before the towers were there? Was it always a desert planet, and then they put the towers and made it lush? Did the Denobulan do that so that they could go and steal the food off the planet? I don't know. But and then we see this technology that's like not that dissimilar to Discovery era technology, and but it's looked at by these people on this planet as basically magic.
Yeah, it did. I did think, it's like, wow. So we've decided, because all Star Trek races have one characteristic, and for the Denobulans, apparently it's being interfering dicks.
Yeah. Well, interfering dicks, and then here's the thing. So Michael Burnham is all concerned at the beginning about the Prime Directive. But then her friend is in mild peril. And
We don't
suddenly
even whistle at her.
Don't even whistle. Prime Directive, out the window. Everyone is, hey, look, we're from space, okay? And this is not magic. It is a machine.
But we promise you probably still have gods. Don't listen to that part.
Yeah, maybe I was sent by them, shrug.
And like the deal in Who Watches the Watchers, which is the most direct, I think, comparison you could make.
Yeah.
Which I will and can.
Like, the contamination had occurred at that point, right? They had already discovered the duck blind.
Palmer had fallen out of a rock.
Palmer had fallen out.
I thought you said Homer, and I was very confused.
Yes. Picard was willing to sacrifice himself to not violate the Prime Directive or to limit the contamination. Like, it wasn't until they started worshiping Picard as a god, but I'm sure that if that didn't happen, he would have let Riker get killed, Troy get killed, Palmer get killed, himself get killed. Like that's how much in that particular instance the Prime Directive was very, very important. I feel like there was not enough internal conflict before Michael was like, fuck the Prime Directive.
Yeah, no, there was not.
Yeah, she just entirely upended this race and just kept doing it. And the thing is, like, I remember there's a line toward the end where she's quoting, who's our old lady friend, our dusty old lady friend? Honora. I forget if it was said, but I wrote it down. Honora, who said, like, oh, you don't have to go to the temple to, be one with the gods. And Michael used that one line that from one fucking person to be like, see, look, you guys were already on the way there. I'm like, Michael, motherfucker, you're a xenoanthropologist. What the actual shit?
Red Directive.
So why do these people think that if there's not somebody in the machine that the rains won't come? Is it because
certainly it's happened before that they've accidentally closed the door too early or something?
Well, I wonder if maybe it's like, oh, well, the other towers all shit the bed and they didn't have a sacrifice in them.
Yeah.
I'd love to have heard that come up.
Yeah, but
the other thing that, so I did think it's a little odd that, like, okay, the two people, the winners of the race, it's Tilly and this other person are the two winners. And there were a shitload of other people running this race. Yeah. It's like, do I really buy that, like,
that many
Tilly and this person are like the best runners on this whole fucking thing?
Oh,
see, Tilly I could buy because she is an alien.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
you don't know
like
that
humans just have way more lung capacity or something.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't been living in dust like everyone on this planet.
Humans have natural. That would actually be kind of funny because, like, I feel like, the thing that's unique about humans in Star Trek and in a lot of science fiction is always that, like, we've got pluck, we've got extra pluck. Whereas other races frequently, like even the Vulcans, who are mostly brain boxes, but also can crumple us like fucking tissue paper if they want. Like, it would be I think rarely is it like humanity is naturally like faster or stronger or something. It would be funny. This is the one thing is we've got better tendons than these guys.
Well, humans are like great, not us, not me, but
but
humans as a species, one of their great evolutionary advantages is being just really good endurance hunters. Like, that's how, like, humans
we can track an animal that's bleeding out.
You can track an animal and you can chase it for like days, and you basically chase the animal until it wears down and gets tired, and then you can kill it.
Yeah, I guess
before we had agriculture, that's how we did it.
Yeah, I guess most others, it's a bit most other species that are predators
gathered a lot of nuts.
Yeah, you got to be. Other predators are either like faster or more wily, but yeah, I feel like humans just like stubborn. We'll just track some prey and chase it down until it gets tuckered out, and then we'll bite it. But here's the thing, though. I realized something about. Okay, so Rava.
Yes.
true fucking believer.
Yeah.
Absolutely convinced in this gods thing.
Their dad probably also. He
yeah.
was willing to let them die.
And they're the only two that actually make it to the end. So now I'm thinking all these other people, other
They
than
just wanted to
Tilly,
go for a run.
other than Tilly and Burnham, they all know what happens when you win the race.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a little bit of, side stitch. I can't go on. I need a drink. I need a drink.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of like, I ran the what's it majig, and it's like, wow, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, I never, because there's no consequence for not completing it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you seem to be, hey, you tried, and that's great. Good for you trying.
Yeah,
which I think
it's a slight embarrassment, it seems.
Yeah, it's like, and that's the other problem is like, there's no, like, obviously we as the, like, the first time through, you know, you're like, all right, there's going to be some kind of horrible catch. And, it's because there's human sacrifice. Fine. So this time going through, it's like the tension is deadened even further because you're just like, the fact that there's no real consequence for not finishing the race makes it even dumber to finish it, you know?
Well, you want to finish it because you want to be responsible for causing the rains.
No, I know.
I think if there's such a dire need for rains, as you know, we see the older woman who's nearly dying of dust lung.
Yeah.
Like saying like, okay, I'll be the one to make the sacrifice because I want everyone else to flourish.
It's just, it's fascinating to me that like they came up with this method because you think with most, I don't know. I feel like in cultures where like human sacrifice has been a thing, I feel like they ensure it'll definitely happen, Like, what?
That's true. Like, how often does it happen that no one finished because everyone got thirsty?
Like,
I guess no rains this year.
Right? Like, usually there's like an element of unwillingness, or they like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if like historically have actually done this, but like if there's been kind of like you're raised to be the sacrifice and it's built up as a great on blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's real or just something from fucking fiction, but like, this, it just feels like we get some volunteers and we'll see what happens. Like,
yeah, instead, let's literally, because they have to be the person who finishes the race. So let's sacrifice our most viable people.
Yeah, like none of this makes sense. And that's the problem is like, there have been a bunch of times over the years where I've been like, something feels like, one more draft or just one more pass in the editing bay or something. This feels like a first draft. Like there's some really solid concepts. And like there have been times where I've been like, the concept's good, the execution isn't quite there. There's a good concept, the execution is just non-existent. It feels like this was the first pass. Great, let's do a couple more and we'll have an episode.
I just wish the fucking Whistlespeak had
anything
to do with anything. It's like that one to me feels like somebody in the writer's room was like, it'd be really cool if you had a language that was based on whistling.
Yeah.
And it worked over long distances. But there's never a point in the episode where they need to talk over a long distance and they whistle.
Yeah, so I remember thinking, because again, I mostly remembered it, but I didn't quite remember. It's like, surely, like some element of solving the problem will relate to sonic tones or something. But no.
Oh yeah, because they had that cool way that they fixed up Honora's lungs by using the sound resonance.
Yeah.
Which was fascinating. And also, like, I was reading like a couple other like reviews on this that, they gave props to this episode for being like, you see, this is what normally you would like assume is a very primitive culture that doesn't have medicine. And Michael's even lamenting like, oh no,
she's gonna die.
We can't use our technology to save her. But they're fine. They have a way.
Yeah, they figured it out. And again, like between the title and the language and the bowl, like all that, and then sound doesn't matter beyond that scene. Like,
yeah, maybe the machine made a whistling sound or something.
Yeah,
you had to make the whistling sound back and resonance to fix it. I don't know.
That's just Paradise Syndrome. That's Paradise Syndrome, Jake.
Star Trek loves harmonic resonances. I don't even know what they are, but I've heard that word enough over the past however many years.
Yeah, I mean, all I say is like when you get in trouble and you don't know right from wrong, just give a little whistle. Give a little whistle.
Fuck, Disney's gonna copyright claim this episode now.
Whoopsie.
Naturally.
I also thought Michael, because this didn't come up until like the very, very end, that, we've been stuck on this clue with the vial of water for 2 whole fucking days and they're feeling like losers, which I felt like should have been like 2 months or something, because they should be hard. The puzzles should be fucking hard.
I will say, as a kid, who was effortlessly smart for years and then wasn't once I got to a school that actually challenged me. It doesn't take long. Like, these are like super nerds, even for Starfleet, these guys. This ship is like the ultra dorks. Having to spend more than one scene figuring something out has destroyed their egos.
It really has. And like the fact that Kovac has told them, like, we've been working on this for years.
Yeah.
And they're pissed off that they haven't solved it in 2 days. World's smallest violin for these dicks. But when Michael's talking with, I think it's Stamets and Adira about, like, what things haven't we tried yet? We looked at the water. We looked at the bottle. She doesn't even mention that there are markings on the bottle.
No. I don't think it comes up until the end.
It doesn't come up until Tilly says, "Oh, I've seen this somewhere." Yeah. And my first thought is,
where?
What? What is this?
Like, again, first draft syndrome.
Yep.
I did.
Like, you need to seed these things if you want them to pay off, and they forgot to seed that because they expected us to see like a tiny mark on the vial that I missed
it completely. I was too busy just being like, "Hey, they decided to open the episode by reenacting the tunnel scene from Willy Wonka."
I don't remember what happened.
It was just like they were like. They cut back and forth between the actors, and they all had these like really bright, garish lights flashing at them, and it just really reminded me of Gene Wilder singing his little song.
Yeah, so we have our genius problem-solving crew of Discovery who has the magic vial, has the clue, makes it to...
No Malin lock in sight.
No Malin lock in sight. And I have a sinking feeling that somehow... Malin Locke will still be a step ahead of them. How? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But they will be.
It's Indiana Jones rules.
Well, at the end...
Indiana Jones rules, totally.
At the end, they do mention that somebody has captured them, and we're off to see them as part of next week's plot, supposedly.
I've been playing Mario Kart 64.
You have.
And it's, classic, good game. But I remember there's a weird quirk to the way the AI functions. Is when you're in first place.
Oh God, yeah.
No matter how fast you are, how many times
you should be lapping folk.
Yeah, no matter how many times you mushroom, no matter how many times you drop a banana peel, there's always the second and third place people just nipping at your heels. That's your Malin Locks, man.
Yeah,
the Malin Locks.
Yeah,
no. Like, where did you get a mushroom?
No, they have admitted that rubber banding is just built into those games.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's fucking annoying.
And into Discovery.
Mm-hmm. Oh, getting back to me whining about the symbol on the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Because at some point, someone mentions, like, oh, the other towers. And my first thought is, why do we assume the clue is in this tower?
Good point.
Like, the Denobulin would not know which tower was going to be the one that kept standing.
Yeah.
So why are we checking just this one? And if Michael had thought, oh, the symbol will mean something... But did they not, maybe they didn't know there were 5 towers until they got to the city? I forget where they learned about the multiple towers.
I think when they got there, they must have scanned and seen that there were a bunch, but only one was working, right?
Yeah, only one still works. The others toppled or something, or their controllers stopped working.
Like, I think they mentioned, I just watched this episode and I've already forgotten, but like...
But Michael is in such a rush to solve these riddles, because it's been 2 days... And Kovac is going to call her a loser.
I'm gonna pull you into my magic room and show you more of my stupid collection of old shit.
Oh, you have a legal pad. I'm impressed. He could have replicated it.
But he didn't.
You'd never know. He could lie. Hate that man.
Speaking of replication and lying.
Abuela is totally lying.
Like, that scene is so upsetting. Because it's like, especially now, like at the time... It was probably weird, but now we actually exist in a world where companies now exist to be like, we will give you an AI chatbot of your deceased loved ones. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, that's upsetting and weird and clearly just taking advantage of the grieving. But here it's presented as a good idea. And I'm like, no?
Yeah, I thought for the first couple minutes, or not minutes, but, the first couple lines... Oh, he's on a call with his grandma, and it's so sweet, and I like her, and now I'm feeling conflicted. This is weird.
See, what I figured...
This is uncomfortable.
Because I was like, all right, surely his grandmother's dead because she was, 1,000 years in the past.
Yeah, she's 1,000 years dead.
So I was thinking maybe part of his coping, he'd sort of spiraled into playing an old phone call he'd had with her and keeps playing back his part, which is like, that's sad, but kind of like feels real. Instead, it's sad in a way that, unfortunately, again, still does feel real, but much less healthy.
Yeah, it's like the episode The Bonding when, what was it, Jeremy Astor, I think, built his mom in the holodeck and kept hanging out with her until it turned out she was an alien because, of course, she did.
Right.
Weird fucking episode.
But it's
it's
so bizarre for a show that, if nothing else, tries its best to do, like, mental health and grieving and mourning well, that they, like, really whiffed it on this one. And, like, yeah, this was, again, before companies were offering AI dead people, but even before they really existed, you should have looked at that and gone, this isn't actually a healthy coping mechanism. This is insane.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard someone say that, like, little things, probably not like create my grandma on the holodeck, but littler things like having their Facebook page still up to interact with, or
yeah, well, like I said, even the
having a phone, having like their a phone call you can listen to.
Yeah, which again, like when I thought he was just replaying an old phone call, but reading back his parts, like I was like, all right, that is something that could be abused, but I could see being useful in small doses. That's fine. But yeah, the full-on let's make AI dead people thing is like, no, that's weird. And also,
I don't know. I'd have to ask someone who's done it.
Like, it makes me wonder, like, so wait, did she ever actually admit to him that she just replicated the Mofongo, or like, and so it's based on a true story he fed into the computer? Like, I hope so, because otherwise it's weird that he would, like, have this computer tell him this possible lie. Like, it's just it's strange. I don't like it. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it could be having worked with, contemporary AIs, I would say it's probably a hallucination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the AI knows just enough about how Abuela talked and behaved from her social media posts or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
is hallucination what they call it when AI just makes up shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty common thing too, especially like it's one of the people that use it for like computer programming stuff. You'll sometimes ask it a question and it will give you this long, detailed answer that you'll be like, oh, okay, great. And then you'll go and try to implement whatever it was saying to find that it's a complete and utter fabrication. Because like at the end of the day, the AI is mostly programmed to help. So if you ask it a question and it can't help you with facts,
it wants to help.
Yeah,
it wants to be helpful. So if it can't be helpful and stick to the facts, it will just change the facts to be helpful.
Yeah. There's actually, I forget what it was, but there was a news story recently where this is actually potentially going to lead to a company getting sued. Not the company that made the AI, but the one that utilized it and did not fact check its own AI enough before signing some contracts.
Yeah, everything's going too fast.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, the Hugh stuff, I've complained many, many times, and you can go back and listen to all the episodes where I've complained many, many times, that they haven't been doing anything with Hugh's obvious trauma. And did you notice, oh wow, Paul noticed it for a change. In the obvious, let's go get my brain checked out, that didn't solve it. And Paul's like, what? It's so sad. But they're working on some Hugh stuff.
Yeah.
So I like seeing more Wilson Cruz.
Yeah.
I'll see where this goes.
And his scene, as always, with David Ajala was good. Those two worked well off of each other.
Oh, they're great.
It was weird that he was playing Virtual Boy in the 32nd century. It's like, why not the holodeck simulator? I can tell it's not a real ship. And these little fucking red voxels feel real? Like,
yeah.
It's very strange. Aside from that, though, yeah, I like their scene. I like the whole, you can have a thing that's just yours even when you're in a relationship, which is one of those things that maybe should be obvious, but sometimes I think isn't for people.
What was the deal with... It felt like this is not really explored, but it came up in the episode, and they showed it even in, the previously on, but Adira being sad about having brought the time bug on board.
Yeah, I think that has now been solved because Rayner said, stop being sad.
Yeah, it's not
you're
your
allowed
fault.
on the bridge now.
Which, like, I mean, their adoptive father said it's not their fault last week, but I guess it had to come from a grumpy man. Well, wait.
I guess so.
Different brand of grumpy man.
Yeah, I think that the difference between Rayner and Stamets in grumpiness can be summed up in how I think they would be as drunks. Because Stamets, when he's drunk, he's a hugger.
Yes.
Like he turns into a teddy bear when he's shit-faced.
I imagine he's also insufferable.
Rayner, oh yeah, totally more insufferable than normal because he won't shut up, but not because he's an asshole. Rayner is an angry drunk. He gets drunk and belligerent. Okay?
No, worse, he's the one that stews for a really long time so you don't realize how angry he is, and then some little thing sets him off and then he fucking explodes.
I think this is why he's been getting fired from his previous ships all the time.
Well, once.
That we know of.
Yeah, that's what we know of.
Once that we can prove.
But also, to your point, I would say the proof of Stamets' drunk version is like in season 1 in the immediate aftermath of getting his DNA modified. That basically is what he was. He became a hugger and a chatty boy.
Yeah,
for a while.
See, we've seen it.
Yeah, so no, you're definitely right. There's also a slim but non-zero chance that Rayner is very quiet and then starts crying and singing ballads.
That's also true.
Que sera, sera.
But it is more likely, yes, angry drunk of some kind.
Yeah, we do see, so Rayner does invite Adira onto the bridge to try to help cure them of their sad over bug.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Adira gets to help Michael by just fixing a piece of machinery.
I mean,
which improves their morale.
What's sad is you feel like the writers didn't even do it because they remembered that they had established this plot line with Adira, and more that like, oh fuck, we have Tilly on the planet, and this would have been her part.
It's not a plot line. Like, the whole bug thing is so tenuous.
Yeah, no, it's barely there.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Also,
like, Adira has nothing to do, so we're making up like, oh yeah, it's a big deal that they're the ones that brought the bug on the ship. Yeah,
but it fucking ain't.
Yeah, like I could see blaming yourself for that, even though it ain't your fault. That's perfectly natural, but they would have been over it by now.
Yeah, and also, nothing really bad ended up happening.
Yeah, no.
Like they had it, like Michael and Rayner had an adventure.
And yeah, and it improved Rayner's...
Stamets was there.
Yeah, and it improved Rayner's connection with the crew. So really, actually, net positive. Also, it is funny that, like, loose cannon Rayner is the one who's like, but the Prime Directive! It's like, what? I think, Ames, you said it either last week or 2 weeks ago, like, where it was just so weird, like, what kind of loose cannon is he? And we're back to that. I think it was you.
I do think, just to kind of sum up my general feeling about this episode is, like I said, I think it had some interesting concepts.
Yeah.
Some fascinating ideas. I agree they weren't done well.
No.
I think the bigger problem is we just had the big reveal last week that it's the Breen that are behind this.
Yeah.
Or that the Breen are involved and Locke is a Breen. This just feels like a momentum killer to me. Like this should have been an earlier episode in the season, perhaps.
You're right.
They were going to just do another scavenger hunt mission. It just feels like we're halfway through the season. Maybe I would have swapped this one in the previous weeks. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, like you said, like just even though again they aren't officially working for the Breen, we know their goal is to get this to the Breen, and again, like it's the fucking Breen. They were a random name drop in TNG that became this mysterious but consequential species at the end of DS9. And holy shit, here they are in their full glory finally. And yeah, you're right. We're like, what a fucking reveal. And then blub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I've been like the pacing of the season has been better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't been bored and like waiting for something to happen.
This was boring.
But yeah, I understand the whole like once you start momentum, you ride that momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, this was a speed bump.
Yeah, my last thought is going back to, now that we're doing the scavenger hunt, we of course have to figure out the lesson that we needed to learn this week.
I had already expunged that from my fucking brain.
Which, the thing about this lesson is, it's all assuming like 800 years worth of progress wasn't going to make this fucking void, because the lesson that they're like, oh yes, this must be about introducing technology to people, and there could be benefits and consequences. But the Denobulan did it anyway, because he wanted to be helpful. And we're getting really lost in what the lesson is. Oh shit, nope, it fell to pieces.
You would have been
what a fucking change in the Denobulan. Like maybe Phlox really is just a psycho. Because he was advocating for letting the people on that planet, whatever planet, the Dear Doctor planet, he just wanted them to fucking die.
Yep.
He's like, fuck those guys, let them die. I won't violate the non-existent Prime Directive. Fast forward 200 years, you got this other dude or lady or some, I don't know.
I don't know what they said.
Yeah, okay. Either way, you have this other Denobulan, and they're like, Prime Directive, have a water tower.
I have a new headcanon right now. This is the planet where they dropped off Sluggo. And introducing that feral species is what turned it into a desert world.
These people are all the descendants of Sluggo.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I'll say one thing, because Tilly was kind of written out last season and is kind of being brought back this season, we haven't had a lot of good, like, Tilly Michael time. So, and, they're best friends. So it's good to see them have sort of their time in the light.
Yeah, even though Tilly basically admits, like, it's going terribly at the academy.
Yeah. Which is,
why did they make me a teacher? I'm bad at it. All my students keep wanting to go become cargo, like, haulers.
I mean,
we kind of see why if you're caught up on Star Trek, what's it called? Not Discovery.
Academy.
Star Trek Academy. Yeah, there's a Tilly interaction, and it's like, maybe not your thing.
I mean, in her defense, at this point, the Academy's brand new, and she might be one of the more qualified she's not their only teacher. She's not the only one that makes them think maybe this isn't for me. They get to the Academy, and I don't know, they met Linus when Discovery was there one day, and they were like, I'm good, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Pass.
Or they met Kovich and were like, triple pass.
Oh, God. Kovich used the bathroom on campus, and no one could go in there for a week. All right. Do we have any kind of blogtivity this week?
No, we don't have a segue this week. Let's start talking about more romances, because that's been our blogtivity theme for a little while now, and it's been a lot of fun. And this week, we're out of shows for the moment until we finish up some more Discovery, so that, we can have all of the Discovery to talk about. So in the meantime, we're going to fill up some time with just some minor characters from the past shows that we've discussed already. And these are going to be just ones from TOS and TNG, just to kind of fill out a list. Okay, so the first pairing that I wanted to talk about in our minor character romances is one that we kind of brought up a little bit a couple weeks ago, and that's Christine Chapel and Roger Corby in What Are Little Girls Made Of?
Now, to be fair, Roger Corby is dead, right?
I mean, he's uploaded his consciousness into this android, so it really depends on if you consider the consciousness the same as the original consciousness.
That's a whole philosophical question.
I know that the listeners can't see the photo that I'm seeing.
Well, they can if they go to the Tumblr and follow along.
And they will see, like, that is a deep kiss there. That is a...
He is trying to eat her head.
Yeah, that's a biggie. So I'm going to say top romance right there. Book it. Robo Corby and Chapel.
Wasn't she his student, though?
Yeah, and we saw some of the... We will see, and also have seen, because timelines are interesting... a little of that in Strange New Worlds when that turns up.
Yeah.
But we do also know from just TOS that Chapel joined Starfleet and particularly the Enterprise. I forget how it worked out.
Yeah, that's right.
Because she wanted to find where he had
I
disappeared.
forgot about that. But yeah, it's just, and I know, it was like the 60s and that stuff was still kind of okay, but...
What stuff?
Like...
The deep kissing?
No, the like...
Teacher-student inappropriate relationships.
Yeah, like that was probably frowned on less, or at least less publicly.
But let's be fair, it's not like he was her high school teacher. It's like,
but there's still power dynamic. It's just, it's gross. It's weird. I don't like it. And again, I know that at the time, but like, it's just not aged great. Also, for whatever reason, the angle, his hair, I don't know. He kind of looks just a little bit like Trip here, which is distracting.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't love it. And again, I know I'm trying to think of it in terms of its era, but it's just hard.
I try to think of it in terms of how does it affect the characters.
Fair.
I would agree. Based on this photo, it is definitely hard.
Great. Moving on. Let's move on to another weird one that was probably okay at the time and weirder in retrospect, and that's T'Pring and Stan in Amok Time.
Like, here's the thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. T'Pring is a piece of ass. Like, my God. She is so attractive. And Stan looks like a fucking caveman. Like, what is going on here? I don't see it. Like, her trying to screw over Spock, fuck that shit. You know, I gotta say, at least here, like, he just kind of looks like a sort of a like Chad filter Nimoy. He kind of looks like him. Well, he looks like Wish.com Nimoy. He's we got Nimoy at home Nimoy.
Yeah, but is he like 70s hot?
No.
Or 60s or 70s hot?
We've talked about this. 60s hot is T'Pring.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
T'Pring is timeless in her beauty, but Stan, I don't know, man.
He's kind of doing it for me here, and he never did before. I don't know. I don't think I ever looked close enough. He's got some good cheekbones.
It's those sleeves, ain't it?
Okay, but we do know that T'Pring entirely throws her entire arranged marriage into turmoil because she wants to be with Stan.
Yeah, but we don't really...
So there's got to be something there.
The problem is, we don't, like, see it at all. Like, we don't know what they do in their spare time, so it's like, we don't actually know. We have to just assume. But yeah, we just don't know enough to say what we think about it either way.
Wonder if they'll bring it up on Strange New Worlds. There's 2 seasons left at this point.
And they did, like... I feel like they teased him briefly at one point.
We're going to find out that Stan was actually just another
lost
son of Sarek.
Yeah. See, I think we joked about that once
just
before.
Just a Spock clone. We accidentally cloned Spock. What are we going to do with him? All right, moving on. I swear we've got some better relationships coming up here somewhere. Let's find some. Let's start with Carolyn Palamas and Apollo in Who Mourns for Adonais.
It's pronounced Apoyo in Espanol.
A chicken and Carolyn Palamas.
Yeah, I don't know. Apollo's a prick.
It's a slightly odd one. She's like super into him, but then he turns out to, like Jake said, be kind of a prick about it, so...
Listen. If someone asks you if you're a god and you're Apollo,
you say
then you're not lying when you say yes.
And, he got giant that time. She got to see up his skirt.
That's right.
Yeah,
everyone knows he's got great hands. Great, giant green hands.
Those hands.
I forgot he was the green hand somehow. Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, because the thing is, the point of this one, of course, is that it's kind of weird, like... So it's hard to say. Made for it.
Yeah, like, she's specifically into, like, the Greek gods, and here's one, so she's automatically into it.
And it's like when your historian shows up to fuck the historical guy that got thawed. Weird that it happened twice.
I almost included Khan and McGivers on this list, and then I didn't, and I don't remember why. Oh, because he's a toxic prick.
I mean, you could say the same about Apollo.
I don't know. He never, gives the, you must have your hair down, it's much prettier shit.
But, yeah. Still, he does threaten to kind of kill everybody.
Instead, he does it for her.
But, here's the thing. In context, we know how these Greek gods treated mortal women. They weren't very good. They weren't nice.
I will say, compared to a lot of the myths, he actually is very nice here relative to them.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think, maybe he's putting on his best behavior because Kirk's there. He doesn't want to upset him, but...
Or the millennia have chilled him out a little.
Could be.
Well, she picked him over Scotty, and sorry, Scotty.
That's okay. Scott will just go murder some prostitutes.
Oh, speaking of
Sad
weird.
Face. Speaking of weird, let's talk about Zephram Cochrane and Cloud in Metamorphosis. I forget if Cloud gets a name. I know she becomes... Oh, I didn't write her name down. I think it's Nancy Hedford? Nancy something.
She's one of the many TOS Nancys.
There's a lot... There's more Nancys than you'd expect.
Yeah. TOS, it's all about Nancys and mineral rights. Yeah, that was weird. Because he even kind of freaks out when he realizes Cloud loves him and he didn't know it the whole time.
Yeah, he feels weird, like learning that Cloud identifies as female, and he's like, wait, we've been fucking and you've been a girl?
Yeah. But then he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he turns pretty quick once she's a corporeal thing, too. And I think that's... I wonder if she hadn't ever turned corporeal, if he would have come around.
Well, also just like, why didn't she think of that before? They've been here for decades.
There hadn't been anyone there to steal a body from because they were dying.
I guess.
Which is fucked up. It's a fucked up episode.
Yeah, it's a fucked up episode. And also, like, she couldn't really communicate except in feelings-ish, like general vibes.
TOS was weird, man.
TOS was into some fucking weird shit, and it's mostly Gene.
Your purring is most definitely picking up in the recording.
Oh, sorry, the black cat wants to hang out. He's being very good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this thing, though, is like, when you read a lot of older science fiction, like, short stories from that era, they would get into some fucking bonkers shit, so it does track for its time.
Yeah.
But at least this one, again, does also treat it as, like, there is actually kind of early days concern about, like, consent and such, sort of. It's a very nascent version, but it's there. It's fascinating. I
True that.
I kind of rewatch that
These
one
are two people straight out of Central Casting, though, huh? Jeez, Illikers.
Well, yeah, Zephram is the epitome of, like, handsome 60s leading man.
Yeah. And she is too, you know? They're both just
I could see her on any 60s show.
Yeah, that's true. She's very 60s. Yeah, like Zeph could easily have been in the running for Kirk with that face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to one of our favorite couples, because we talk about them all the time, and this is Amanda Grayson and Sarek from Journey to Babel, and, other episodes, too.
They do it super well, and especially, the template for Vulcans was still so fresh, and basically being made up on the spot by Leonard Nimoy, and Mark Leonard just understood what he was supposed to do and did it. And I do not know Amanda's real name, I apologize, but she did a great job of just getting, like, I am a woman who has been dealing with these people who pretend they don't have emotions, even though they have the strongest fucking emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet they love each other.
Yeah, yet they love each other. And, we'll probably get to it when we get to TNG, but I feel that, like, Perrin and Sarek had a very, like, it was well cast in this mold,
Oh, well, I don't have Perrin Sarek as well. So, yeah, if you want to talk about Perrin, talk about her now. Because there wasn't a lot to go by in TNG.
True.
All of Sarek's many wives.
Yeah. Well, I think Amanda and Sarek and Perrin and Sarek, I don't know. I think showing that you can still have, a very affectionate, loving relationship with somebody who's a fucking stoic, monster.
Worst father in Star Trek.
Second worst father in Star Trek, let's be honest.
I mean, he's fucked up at least 3 kids.
Yeah, but at least he acknowledges their existence sometimes.
I don't know that he acknowledges Cybok, but that one might be fair.
Well, that one we just don't have proof of on screen.
True. But yeah, no, it's a classic. I think they nailed it.
Yeah, and even his, like, when Spock asks him, why did you guys get together? And he basically says, like, it was logical, and it was.
Can we, since I've just thought of it, can we make a note for future blogtivity for ranking Star Trek dads?
We've already done this. If you want to do it yourself, feel free, but we did parents already.
Did we?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, check it out on Tumblr. Links below.
We've done so many of these, I forgot.
I'll keep that in then.
Hooray. Yeah, because, Sarek weird dad, but apparently
Very.
great husband.
Yeah.
And we even see it in Yesteryear a bit. It's kind of different in Discovery, but even in Discovery, like, the two of them just work.
Yeah, they do.
So moving on. Oh, this one's very sweet. And this one is
yeah.
Thalassa and Sargon in Return to Tomorrow are two non-corporeal people who've been living in orbs for eons.
Yeah, they did really well. Even Shatner.
Yeah, when Shatner and Diana Muldaur have to play possessed versions, or the characters possessing their bodies, like they are able to play entirely different characters and props.
Yeah, and they did a very good job being like, we are people who have been like yelling at each other across the room as light for millennia, and we get to touch each other again, and holy shit, that's wonderful.
Oh yeah, the scene when they first touch each other, because I just rewatched it because I was getting this screen grab, so definitely go find this screen grab. And just the two of them, like, enjoying physical form.
Yeah.
Like, as not even, like, touching each other in a romantic or sexual way, but just in a way of, you exist.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And then when they learn at the end that it is not meant to be, and they allow themselves to kind of just be ether, what did they do? It comes full circle. I enjoy them.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a solid one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Very cool. Just because it's a love that transcends ages and transcends bodies and all this cool stuff. It's sci-fi, super sci-fi stuff.
And then the guy that fucking possessed Spock had to be a dick about it.
That prick. Okay, this one's weird, so follow me.
Yeah.
But either Ilea or Ilea Probe and Will Decker in the motion picture.
Yeah, I mean, Probe is interesting because Probe doesn't really seem to care about Decker. And I guess
until she does.
That's kind of the point, is that Decker teaches Probe how to love.
Yeah, like there's enough of Ilea still floating around in its noggin, but it's also this like wanting to literally join with your creator thing.
Yeah, it's evolving into a new, entirely new being through love.
Yeah, like for all its infamy and sluggishness, the motion picture is the most blatantly like just weird sci-fi of the Trek movies. It is, to its credit and detriment, a very long, very high budget episode of TOS.
Yeah, and I think we said that at the time, that it was very much a continuation of the show. Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I kind of like this one, except for that one horrifying scene that traumatized me.
Was it Pavel saying space potato or something?
Yes, exactly.
No, photon torpedoes.
Classic. Yeah. It's as a relationship goes, it's very bizarre, but
yeah, because it starts off because they're ex-lovers that are still wary around each other because I think he still definitely wants to bone and she's moved on. It seems.
Yeah, well, it's and that of course was back when it was going to be phase 2. They were basically going to be doing the whole Riker Troy thing.
Yeah. And we talked about Riker Troy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. I think, Riker and Troy were definitely modeled on this relationship.
Yeah, they would have definitely been the on again, off again. I'm jealous because you're engaged to a cute boy.
Yeah.
I'm jealous because you're plowing half the fucking galaxy.
It is fascinating. There's actually some old early test photos. So you actually get to see Persis Kambata in a TOS uniform.
Ooh, she's beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bizarre thing, but it's a good little strange science fiction thing.
Yeah. Moving on, let's jump into TNG. And even though I told Jake I was cutting this one, I'm doing it anyway.
Oh, you can't not. It's so dumb. Oh, the fucking star-crossed semi-Romeo and Juliet, but without the tragedy thing.
Yeah, so for those at home, we're talking about Benzan and Yanar from the Outrageous Okana.
Episode.
It's so stupid and bad, and they're so just doing Romeo and Juliet, and I don't care. It's so stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, just because of I forgot that was even the plot of this episode. Because I'm just too busy thinking about how much the episode wants you to fucking love Okana.
Listen, my joke would have been if I didn't remember that Benzen and Yanar were doing this fucking star-crossed lovers nonsense. The joke would have been Okana and half the ship.
Yeah.
Because he was plowing his way through engineering.
Oh my god, he was. He was so much better in The Rocketeer.
He's so much better in Prodigy.
Yeah. I love him in Prodigy.
Mm.
But yeah, these two kids, oh god, it's just so tired. It's such a bad episode. She can't act for her fucking life.
I'll take your word again. I literally barely, until I saw the slide, I forgot that was actually like the point of his whole shenanigan.
Yeah, the shenanigan, it's so bad. It's literally one, like, I know it made my top 5 or my bottom 5 in terms of worst episodes of TNG. I forget if it was number 1. Was it? I'll have to check because it's so fucking stupid.
It's bad. What else you got?
Fuck these kids.
It's dumb, and it's like, and the whole Romeo and Juliet thing, because like the whole background was that like the dad thought that she was gonna run off with Okona, or Okona was
and the other dad
something.
Thought that someone that Okana had stolen the family diamond when it was this kid for a present for her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bland, tired shit.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. That might be less bland. Let's hope. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see, because we got Wesley Crusher and Salia in the Dauphin.
This is the one that has the great bit at the end with Guinan, right?
I don't remember.
You have to narrow it down, Chris. Every bit with Guinan is great. So
that's true, but they didn't have a ton of scenes together. But like, isn't it the one where it's like, he's like, oh, it's never going to be the same. And she's like, you're right. And he's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, no, it's never quite like the first time. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's probably, I don't know where else it would be, so it's probably this one.
Yeah. I feel like this one was kind of, I feel like it was a competently written first teen romance kind of thing.
Yeah, and something using like Will Wheaton and especially like the character Wesley Crusher to like their best attributes.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't entirely out of place whiz kid. It was like an actual, like, young relationship.
Yeah.
And then learning that she's some kind of shape-shifting weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's always a nice surprise.
Yeah, I remember this being a fairly decent episode from what I recall.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
I remember her caretaker being a real piece of work.
Yeah. Yeah, they were kind of that, like, classic, like Mel Brooks overprotective character, like Dot Matrix or the Robin Hood one.
Is it Broomhilda?
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I want to say Broomhilda. Or Lady Cluck from the animated Robin Hood.
Yes.
Whom I love. I love that hen so much.
She's delightful. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Jake and I rewatched it recently, and I remember there being a little bit more, like, songs and shit, because it was shorter than I thought. But anyway, still a very fuckable fox. Moving on. This one's cute. This is Catherine Pulaski and Kyle Riker in the Icarus Factor.
Speaking about terrible dads.
Yeah, one of the better elements of the Icarus Factor, because it's not a very good episode.
No, but them having like been old flames was great, and I feel like Riker was definitely freaked out to find out that his primary care physician used to fuck his dad.
I also feel like, okay, two things.
Ooh.
I don't know what you're trying to besmirch this episode. Everybody knows Ambo Jitsu is the fucking dopest sport ever. Okay?
Okay.
I think Diana Muldaur is a little young for this guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Because she's like a fox, and he's this old man.
Fox.
But no, I mean,
I do feel like they worked well off of each other, though.
They did. They definitely did.
You're right, though. Definitely a highlight of an otherwise episode. So good for them.
Yeah, good for them. And she did like him, she said. Like, I think she said she almost married him, right?
That sounds right. Yeah,
which is funny.
Pulaski was almost his stepmom. Now she's his doctor. That is so fucking weird.
Nice. Moving forward. Oh, this one's sweet. This is Kevin and Vashon Uxbridge in The Survivors.
This is sweet. This is like one of those like twisted Valentine's cards. Like, I love you so much, I destroyed an entire species.
Yeah, that's
I want that Valentine's card.
yeah, that's a good episode. It is. It's very tragic
Yeah.
and deeply fucked up.
Yeah, obviously, like his love for her. Because at what point did she ever learn that he's an alien before her death?
I don't know.
No, I don't think
know
so.
that she did.
Well, because he was trying to live his life as just a normal human.
Yeah, I think he was just doing the blend in thing.
Yeah.
And he fell for her. And then when she died, he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
And built himself a fake one of her. We heard something. I feel like we were talking about that just now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not the best coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But also, like, again, like one of those heavily referenced episodes. Good tea, nice house. We've no law to fit your crime. Which, as I said at the time, Patrick, Captain, Picard, even if you did, I mean, technically you do, how are you going to stop a god?
Two gods.
Yeah. Well, the thing
Team
is,
'em
like,
up.
Kevin wasn't a baddie, you know? It's, like, I don't think, like, part of me thinks that if Picard was like, all right, we're taking you to jail, he'd have been like, all right.
Yeah, no, you've got
I guess I earned it.
He probably would have, but then, like, what, are they just gonna, like, eventually he's just gonna outlive you anyway.
That's true. He's like, yeah, I'll hang out in your jail for 100 years, but then I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool story. Very cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I just like her a lot because even though she is a hologram, like, she is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good on the both of them. Next up, the hottest one. This is Tasha Yar and Richard Castillo in yesterday's Enterprise.
It's pronounced Castillo in Espanol.
But I don't think he's Spanish, so.
I don't remember how they said it in the episode, to be honest.
I actually think I did say Castillo.
Really? I thought they said. Anyway, I'll re-listen to it later.
I don't remember, but either way, yeah, this is a good one. And you know, I said this when we watched the episode, but I like that they did this episode just because it gave Tasha Yar a proper send off.
Yeah,
I don't think she got in Skin of Evil.
No.
But knowing that then they like had to go back and shit the bed on it with the whole Sela plot. So it's like, oh, okay, well, she didn't we knew it was going to be a tragic romance, that they were going off to certain death, but that's fine.
Yeah,
because
it was kind of a beautiful, sad ending.
Sad, but noble sacrifice.
Yeah.
But instead we find out, nope. He died immediately. She was taken prisoner and then, you know, forced into this sexual slavery situation.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, Guinan.
In a way that really doesn't make sense with time.
No.
The Romulans
age
time
much faster.
Well, I just mean, like, the fact that she, like, was from a different timeline that shouldn't have existed, and then I was thinking about this the other day, and it's just like,
oh, don't think about it.
Even just like by being near time, the Romulans broke it. I blame the Romulans.
Yeah, but the two of them, like,
oh yeah,
very, very hot together.
Yeah,
and very noble. Yeah, it's such a good episode.
And it's so funny because, like, I think, like, a lot of people, the only other thing I really know this guy from is Happy Gilmore, so it's such a different character.
Moving to the next one. Oh, Caitlin's going to feel so sad she's not here this week, because she's not going to get to talk about Loaxana Troy and Timicin in Half a Life.
Oh, I love that episode.
Which, holy shit, it's such a good episode.
Fucking ruins me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, like, it even, it fixed the character even.
It elevated Loaxana to such a compassionate and loving character instead of the dick-chasing, like, hot-to-trot mama she always seemed to be.
Yeah, and it really does feel like almost all of her appearances after this, like, were informed by this episode. It's so good.
Yeah, and she's someone who, because we were just talking about the Prime Directive, and, you know, when is it best to break the fucking thing?
Oh, my God.
And she personally says, like, this guy's worth saving. Can we not do the fucking, okay, we're doing the fucking sending him off to die? God damn it.
And then his fucking Ensign Rowe convinces him to go through with it.
That bitch.
But yeah, and they were both so good in the episode, too.
Oh,
Cannot
yeah.
think of Timmison's actor's name right now, but he was great. She was great. Just, oh, Christ.
David Ogden Stiers?
Yes, there it is. Thank you.
Cool. Pulled that out of absolutely nowhere. But yeah, great episode. The two of them have chemistry absolutely all over the place.
Yeah, no, Stone Cold classic.
Love them. Even this one I kind of like. This one is Wesley Crusher and Robin Leffler in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were cute together.
They're very cute.
Do they only appear together in that, or is there like one or two other appearances of her? I can't remember.
She appears again. I don't think he appears with her again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was in one other episode, I think just kind of doing general work stuff.
Mm.
And this was during the time when Wesley was no longer a main on the show. So he only popped up
he had
every so
just
often.
like been visiting from school.
Yeah, well, he's in the photo. He's in his little academy outfit. But yeah, no, they were good together.
Yeah.
I think they worked well off of each other, and even if the plot itself was a little goofy.
Yeah, and she's got all of her Leffler's laws, like...
Oh, God, that's right.
No kissing after dark, and...
No playing the fuck game with your friend.
That one's fair.
That's a rule that she's gonna break. But oh yeah, they were cute. They solved the whole thing. They figured out how to turn Data back on, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're like little nerd lovers, and that's cute.
Yeah.
You know who else learned how to turn Data on?
Tasha Yar?
Oh, no. Pulaski. She knew where the switch was.
I thought that was Crusher.
I can't remember. Somebody knew where it was.
Moving on. Another little Oksana and a less good relationship is when she is not betrothed. She is fianced to Campio in Cost of Living and immediately regrets it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, he was such a pill.
Didn't she meet him like in like some kind of a matchmaking thing or like online? Like, oh, we had a 99% match.
That sounds right.
Something bizarre that just doesn't sound like her.
It sounds like he rigged it or something because they were such a mismatch. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Hom knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah, because Campio immediately is trying to entirely change her personality, which, is her own, and he shouldn't do that, and fuck him.
No. Yeah,
and she just wants to go to a nude mud bath with a child.
With a terrifying floating head.
Cool. Yeah, but this guy's a jerk. I don't like him. Yeah. I'm glad she found a great way out of that wedding.
Yeah. God, I forgot about his weird fake
exposing herself to said child.
A room full of people.
Next one. Oh, this one's also great. James Moriarty and Countess Regina in Ship in a Bottle is so cute.
Yeah.
Because even though he literally just built her to be like a partner for him, but she still has agency, which is shocking. Like he didn't make a minuet. He made himself an equal.
It's that same Bainar boost that created him, it gave her own little spark.
Yeah, and she's cool. I like her a lot. My new
headcanon after watching Star Trek Academy is that Moriarty and Regina are the Adam and Eve of Sam's people.
I'll take it. They eventually do somehow get out into the real world.
That would be great.
I like that idea.
Cool. Yeah, because I think some combination of both these characters made it to our favorite artificial life form characters, which is somewhere else up on the Tumblr. Go ahead, play in the Tumblr for a while. It's in there, and they're great. We're coming toward the end because we have Nikolai Rozhenko and Dobara in Homeward.
Speaking of fuck the Prime Directive.
Oh yeah, more fucking of Prime Directive, because that's how when there's love at stake, fuck the fucking directive.
Yeah, and they found a way around it. And also, he's not Starfleet, so fuck it.
Yeah, but he involved Starfleet, and they were all teetotally about it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm predisposed to liking the two of them because Dobara is played by Penny Johnson, whom I automatically love in everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. And even I know, I don't know his name, but the guy that played Nikolai is just one of those.
Paul Sorvino.
Thank you.
He recently passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, very much of that guy, usually cast as a gangster.
Oh, yeah, he's in The Rocketeer.
That's right.
He's in The Rocketeer as a gangster. He's in Goodfellas as a gangster.
Yeah, no, this is actually a huge, change of pace for him.
He's like, am I a gangster living on this primitive world? No, you're just a guy.
You're just like an anthropologist.
Yeah, you're a scientist. You are going to break the law technically, but like for different noble reasons.
Yeah, and also love.
Yeah.
Because the two of them do, they seem to love each other, and that's cute.
Yeah, it's a good little combo. I like it.
Yeah, they're cute. And that's the end of our list for this week. Because
Is it?
next week we're going to pick it up with the rest of Deep Space Nine, which has a bunch more. Because Deep Space Nine, we haven't touched on all of the minor characters, of which there are myriad.
Oh God, yeah, so many.
And then Voyager and Enterprise. Oh, actually, that's not what we're doing next week. Next week we're doing something else.
Oh, cripes, that's right.
Okay, well, those were some interesting couples that we discussed. Very exciting. I'm also very excited to talk about something else next week, and that is Star Trek Academy. That's right.
Oh, wow, that's about to end.
That's about to end. So if you've been watching the show, as when a new season of one of the new Trek shows comes out, we like to do a little kind of real-time, live action, hot off the presses. Of course, we'll do a
Airing
full-on
live.
proper reviews of all of the episodes in the future, but for now we're just going to kind of skim the surface, talk about our takeaways. So yeah, if you have about a week, if you haven't, to catch up on that show, but we will be back next time to talk about it. It should be ending this week, last week.
It's just season
today.
1.
Was today the last episode? I don't know. Or was that last Thursday? I don't know. We'll find out. Either way, it's pretty fun. Have a fun time. Talk about Star Trek Academy. But until then, you can catch up with all of our backlog of many tens of episodes that we've done on our SoundCloud, on YouTube, or Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, as well as any other podcasting platform that you like. Find them there. You can get our social medias. We have our Tumblr, where you will see this blog as well as many, many other blogs covering all of our past topics that we discussed, including the parents of Star Trek.
Yeah, it sounds like Jake has to go refresh himself on
I have
that
to go do a reread of that myself because I have forgotten. But yeah, that'll be on our Tumblr, SSHB Podcast, or sshbpodcast.com. You can also find us on the Blue Skies. Also, SSHB Podcast, where we put all kinds of fun stuff. Every week we have these little quotes from the episode, little funny little tidbits, so you can relive the clever moments from our shows. You can also find us on the Facebook. If you're still on there, Boomer, go to Facebook, find us, start a see her by. But yeah, and that's about it. I don't think we do anything else.
So long?
I don't fucking know. You know what? I'm out. My name's been Jake.
This has been Chris.
And this is always Ames.
Let's solve it. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Let's get to solving it.
Let's get dangerous.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Clap it out.